Oh, sorry. I was just straightening one of the pictures. Don't tell anyone, but it's a little phobia of mine, keeping pictures straight. And sometimes when I'm in other people's houses, I like to straighten their pictures too. In fact, one of the worst things about this pandemic is not being able to go into other people's houses and straighten their pictures. Anyway, what's that, Matt? Not straight? Which? The jigsaw? Yeah, I'll look after that later. Hello everyone, and you're all very welcome to another Matt and Michael's Lockdown with Matt Gilson and myself, Michael Farry. We hope you've had a good week and that you're looking forward to the week that's coming. And I hope that this little offering of ours will bring some joy to you. And we're going to start with something bright and cheerful because yesterday was Valentine's Day. Matt is going to sing the John Denver song, Perhaps Love. It's from his 1999 CD, Praying Twice, recorded in St. Patrick's Church, Trim. And we're going to show you some pictures to remind you what the garden was like at its height last summer and what it's going to be like again this summer. So we hope you enjoy this.
Perhaps love is like a resting place, a shelter from the storm. It exists to give you comfort, it is there to keep you warm. And in those times of trouble, when you are most alone, the memory of love will bring you home. Perhaps love is like a window, perhaps an open door. It invites you to come closer, it wants to show you more. And even if you lose yourself and don't know what to do, the memory of love will see you through. Oh, love to some is like a cloud, to some as strong as steel, for some a way of living, for some a way to feel. And some say love is holding on, and some say letting go, and some say love is everything, some say they don't know. Perhaps love is like the ocean, full of conflict, full of change, like a fire when it's cold outside, or thunder when it rains. If I should live forever and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you. Oh, love to some is like a cloud, to some as strong as steel, for some a way of living, for some a way to feel. And some say love is holding on, and some say letting go, and some say love is everything, some say they don't know. Perhaps love is like the ocean, full of conflict, full of change, like a fire when it's cold outside, or thunder when it rains. If I should live forever and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you.
I've been looking at primary school books that I used when I was in school. This is Fact and Fancy by the Educational Company. It was a series, and this is the preparatory book. They were first published in, I think, 1963. And I'm going to read 2 poems from this book. The first poem is by Elizabeth Fleming, who was born in Scotland but lived most of her life in England. The family moved to England very soon after her birth. She contracted diphtheria and polio when she was young, and she had to use crutches all her life. She was a very well-known poet and playwright, especially for children. The Watchmaker's Shop by Elizabeth Fleming. A street in our town has a queer little shop, with tumble-down walls and thatch on the top, and all the wee windows with crookedy panes are shining and winking with watches and chains. All sorts and all sizes in silver and gold, and brass ones and tin ones, and new ones and old, and clocks for the kitchen and clocks for the hall, high ones and low ones, and wag at the wall. The watchmaker sits on a long-legged seat and bids you the time of the day when you meet, and round and about him there's tickety-tock, from the tiniest watch to the grandfather clock. I wonder he doesn't get tired of the chime of all the clocks ticking and telling the time. But there he goes winding lest any should stop, this queer little man in the watchmaker's shop. And the second poem is by Rose Fileman, who is also a very successful writer for children. She wrote stories, plays, and poetry, and she had many books of poetry published. She was especially active in the 20s and 30s. This poem is called Mice. I think mice are rather nice. Their tails are long, their faces small. They haven't any chins at all. Their ears are pink, their teeth are white. They run about the house at night. They nibble things they shouldn't touch, and no one seems to like them much. But I think mice are nice.
Greetings, everybody. I would like to dedicate this song to the memory of a friend, and that friend was Barbara. She was a great supporter of our weekly series, Matt and Michael Lockdown, and her support will indeed be missed greatly. This is the song, The End of a Perfect Day. When you come to the end of a perfect day, and you sit alone with your thought, and the chimes ring out with a carol gay, for the joys that the day has brought. Do you think what the end of a perfect day can mean to a tired heart? When the sun goes down with a flaming ray, and the dear friends have to part. 'Tis the end of a journey too, but it leaves a thought that is big and strong, with a wish that is kind and true. For a memory has painted the perfect day with colors that never fade, and you find at the end of a perfect day the soul of a friend you've made. Yes, de Goreba Hanam Dili.
This is a poem of mine which reflects on coming from the west of Ireland, mountainy land, poor land, small rivers dashing down the hillside, to Meath, to Trim, flat land, good land, and slow, majestic river like the Boyne. Great rivers of Ireland. Through my adopted town the river sweeps, a brown, well-fed god, glutted by a week's run-off of scavenged topsoil, to be released as rich alluvium on some curve further east. We pretend mutual indifference. It ignores our quiet crises. We turn our blank backs, offer it our lost and worn-out leftovers to be deposited somewhere more remote. My western stream was jolly and uncertain, torrent one day, trickle the next, crave notice, sashaying down giddy inclines, cascading over glum boulders, flashing its fresh froth. We fished at random, caught useless perch and trout too small to handle. One spring I was tempted upstream by rumours of deeper pools, gouged out by winter floods, inhabited by trout worth weighing. On such an excursion I found a new island, unmapped, where a sudden torrent ripped, rewrote my geography. I try to call it up, but I have forgotten its coordinates. Here, where regulated water plods its trim, dull way towards the foul mudflats and the anonymous sea. We're going to finish this week with another song from Dolly Kelly, the mother of Colin Kelly. And we thank Colin for allowing us use this video. So here's Dolly singing Jealous Heart.
Jealous heart, oh jealous heart, stop beating. Can't you see the damage you have done? You have driven him away forever. Jealous heart, now I'm the lonely one. He was part of everything I planned for, and I know he loved me at the start. Now he hates the sight of all I stand for, all because of you his heart.
Thanks to Colin Kelly for allowing us use that video. And thanks to Dolly for her lovely singing. That's the lot for this week. We hope you have a good week. We hope you'll come back and watch us again next week. In the meantime, take care and God bless.